Welcome back to the True Health Forever podcast. My name is Devon Travell. I'll be one of your hosts today, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. And of course, as usual, I have the beautiful, the brilliant, the talented, the Black Queen herself. Talk to him.
No, that never gets old. Hello, people. It is Sinclair, a.k.a. the Health Nerd here for another podcast.
And today we have a special edition. We have a Dreamcatcher takeover. So in case you don't know, True Health Forever, we started a Dreamcatcher YouTube series 2 years ago. You can check that out, Th4 TV, where we're following people who are trying to catch and chase their dreams. These are entrepreneurs, these are artists, these are musicians, these are actors, whatever it is. So it might be you one day. But today on the podcast, we have one of our friends, one of our dream catchers. He is from Lancaster, California. He is an engineer. He is an actor. He is a musician. He is a rapper. He is a poet. His name is The Vern, a.k.a. The Hustler Foe. Show. Welcome to the podcast, good sir. Thank you for joining us, Vern.
Hola. I appreciate all the gas up right now.
Pure octane, bro.
Hey, I'm used to go to Mars in a year or two.
Yep, it'll be long.
But yeah, and, I don't need no more introduction besides that. Y'all already know I'm Ryan Vernon. It's weird to think that, there may be people on your subscriber who may not know me. So
yeah.
Hola, y'all. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so as you can see, he's an international culture man. He likes to say hola, como estás, konnichiwa, namaste, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. So we're going to jump right into it to make sure we get as much information and value in this podcast as possible. So, Vern, can you talk through what you believe to be your purpose, or what is your superpower? What is it that you do way better than anybody else or most people that you know? Or what is the problem that you're trying to solve with your efforts?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. If I just think about today, just getting back from traveling and the ability to, in a way, make people feel comfortable around me.
Okay.
To allow someone to be introduced to someone new, but in a way make it feel like, we've been together for so long and we're able to communicate and just share space. And at the end of the day, in a way, share a smile with each other.
Okay. How does that translate? How does the superpower or the ability to make people feel comfortable, to make people feel like they've known you, translate into what it is that you're doing? I know you got music projects coming out. I know you got some web series, TV stuff coming out. You got your YouTube channel popping. So how does that superpower kind of fold into all the things that you're doing?
Yeah, and I think when it goes back to everything that I'm doing, it's the idea that I'm someone who's relatable to, I'm trying to make progress for myself, but I'm not doing nothing too crazy to where a fellow peer can see something that I'm doing and at the same time go, let me try to do that as well. Because the idea that nothing that anyone do is new. I remember listening to some of your previous podcasts.
Right.
That nothing that anyone does is new, but it's all of this is someone does something towards an action, and hopefully through my story, others can get the motivation to do their own actions as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can we do a short, self promo for you, Vern? Can we do that? Yeah, what do you do? Where can they find you on Instagram? What is your YouTube channel? What do you talk about on your YouTube channel? Go ahead, promote yourself, bro. It's your time.
Yeah. I always find it hardest to self promote because, like I was saying, there's a lot of things that I do. I think just to best keep up with everything that I'm doing, my Instagram, the Vern. That's just my main way of just getting information out of the work that I'm doing. But I also have a YouTube channel, The Hustler for Show. You also check
Th4.
out the website, Th4. You also check out the website, The Hustler for Show, too. But it's my, in a way, progression of just showing my life and pursuing this engineering field. I'm working on getting a professional engineering license. But I want to end up, let's say, career-wise, being a teacher. So in a way, keep hustling to when I do become a teacher, I'm still living a comfortable life to where teaching is my main focus and no other distractions are stopping me from that focus. When I say distraction, I mean mainly bills and just being able to live and survive in America.
Gotcha.
That's where I'm thinking where I'm going to stay at. But Th4, Instagram, The Hustle Show, YouTube, and website. Go ahead and check that out.
Beautiful. All right, I'll check it out. AK, I've been there. I've been there. But so kind of in lines of you being a teacher. I work in education myself, and a lot of things. This is in the entrepreneurship world, in the education world, in the fitness world. I feel like there's a lot of people that suffer from imposter syndrome, and like saying like, "Oh, I think I'm an engineer, but I don't know if I'm one," or "I think I'm a rapper, but people say that I'm not a rapper because I only get 5 views," or "I think I'm a dancer, but I don't know." So, can you talk about yourself and how you've been able to? I mean, maybe you're still dealing with it, but how have you been able to somewhat overcome imposter syndrome and put out a mixtape, even though you haven't had any formal music training? Have you been able to start your YouTube channel and just pump out content regardless of being a professional YouTuber yourself?
Yeah, it's the idea that I'm still dealing with those issues about being an engineer, and also at the same time, you said producing music, being in a new recent acting role, doing YouTube. It's the idea.
Hey, bro, what's your acting role, bro? That's hecka cool, man. You're an actor.
I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things. Reckless Behavior is a series coming up by Queen Media Collective. Shout out to the queens behind that.
Shout out to all the queens.
Hey.
But number one queen right here, in case you're wondering. Number one queen. Ooh.
I'm not gonna fight today. But shout out to all the queens out there. But Queen Media Collective is doing a series called Reckless Behavior. And a role that came earlier in the year, and I was able to audition, get the role, and in a way I feel like I did a pretty good job at the acting scene. One thing about acting, because it's so new, everything that I do is in a way what makes me a good actor. But with acting, is just taking information from everyone around me and be like, okay, I'm just going to follow that and do the When it comes to other things, like say music, YouTube, and like say being an engineer, that's something where I face all the time of, I know what I'm doing, but do I know it well enough compared to peers around me, because they have years of experience.
And do you think that for you, is that comparison helpful? Is that harmful? Is it a neutral factor? Like when you're looking at other engineers, when you're looking at other musicians, when you're looking at other actors and you compare yourself to them, does that motivate you or does that make you feel bad?
I think I don't see it so much motivating. I see it more as discouraging. But one thing that does help is just doing your work and then seeing how people critique over time. Thinking about engineering and producing work, it's like, it's bad initially, but then you start realizing that I'm doing a good job. But one thing that makes it to where I still feel inferior to people around me is actually just seeing more work from these other people outside of like your small scope. And I think that's something that helps with, okay, at first I feel like an imposter, but when you start seeing more work from the field around you, you start realizing I'm new to the scene, but I'm still good.
Yeah.
I'm not well known. And I think just getting out there, and even initially you're going to face the idea that I'm not good. Oh, this is garbage, just because it's just your ears listening to it. And I find myself, I'm the hardest critique of myself in everything. Yeah,
I feel like that's probably most people. They look at their own work and like, this is bad, but someone out there in the world, it might be great.
Right.
And I was, I think, watching some YouTube video, and they were talking about Kanye becoming a rapper, and now he was a producer, very dope producer for many years, and he wanted to switch over to actually rap, and they're like, you're not a rapper, Kanye, that's not what you do. And now 15 years later, he's one of the most well-known worldwide rappers there are. So
like what helps me, and I very much relate to what you are, the struggles you're talking about, like being an engineer and having the imposter syndrome, is like realizing that everybody starts somewhere. Even these people who've been doing it for 30 and 40 years, they didn't just wake up and we're good at it.
I'm a genius. I'm an engineer.
I'm good at engineering. Like everybody started somewhere. So I feel like it's like you said, like sometimes it can be detrimental to compare yourselves to other people, like especially when they're like apples and oranges. Like everybody's so different. You know, I have a skill set. You have a skill set that's so individual and unique to you. So to compare you to somebody else, it's like, it doesn't even make sense.
Right. I agree. So you made a good point in talking about that everyone starts at a certain point. And I think what makes people get to that next level is like, what are their consistent habits and things that they do on a consistent basis that makes them a professional? Mm-hmm. So can we switch gears a little bit? And Queen, you can lead this next section.
Yeah. So, you know, being an entrepreneur, being anything, having any goals in life, like you have good habits and bad habits that can either help you or hinder you from, you know, reaching those goals. So, Vern, what are some good habits that you currently do that kind of help you reach those goals, everything that you're trying to do? What are some good habits that you currently do right now?
Yeah, I think one of my best habits is just being receptive to all mouthpieces. All suggestions and just suggestions. I think when it comes to life, you start learning like, oh, what's good suggestions and what's not. But to be able to be like, let me just listen to what someone is telling me and then decipher from there, should I keep listening to this person or I'm just going to keep going about my business? I think the maturity of this being able to understand what's good advice and what's not, but accept everything that comes to me has been something that's been a good habit of mine in pursuing just goals that I have.
And what about like a good healthy habit that you have? So that was like for your business, for your entrepreneurship, you know, always keeping your ears open and listen out for wisdom. You never know where it's coming from. But trying to live a healthy lifestyle, because this is the True Health Forever podcast. So can you talk a little bit about maybe a healthy habit that you have?
And I say a healthy habit that I have is keep stress levels down.
Yes.
That's good.
I'm a fan of comedy, and so I like having a smile on my face just throughout the day. But there's things that happen throughout the day that'll bring that down. Some things that help just keep overall stress levels low. Trying to get to places on time, but at the same time, knowing if I'm late, taking a second and breathing and understanding, I'm late. Let me just get to somewhere safely instead of trying to somewhere. So keeping stress levels down, I feel like is one of my biggest health flex that I have.
Hey, I respect that.
Super important too, because I feel like stress can hinder you so much. It can block your creative vision. It can block your drive, your motivation. So that's a really good habit to have. That's awesome.
If I could share something that if you get stuck in a rut, something that people could do in most areas, at least that I know of, for free as well, is just going to a public library. I recently had an experience, again, making music. When you're stuck in a rut, it's because like your life you just get limited. But I went into a library, and you literally are exposed to a whole new world, because a library will give you subjects from not only just children books but also to like government forms.
So don't just go to the library, but you were like looking through all the titles and like just reading random stuff.
And it's weird, but it's a quick way to get exposed to a whole new world, to where it would just free your mind from a limited point of view that you had. So it's free to do. Is in most cities, just going to a public library.
Oh, see that? Vern already dropping some knowledge, some nuggets. I appreciate that. I would have never thought. Growing up, I hated reading. I hated books. So that going to the library was definitely not forming my consciousness.
I avoided that place.
Exactly.
So we talked about the positive side. Can we flip over and talk about the negative side?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any bad habits or any habits that hinder you, or maybe are reasons that maybe your health isn't as vibrant as it should be?
And so when I think about my bad health habits, It actually goes into eating and dieting. Because,
every time.
And I think about my diet. I don't eat consistent enough, and I have being stuck in a drive. I would work until exhaustion, then eat. And then what usually ends up happening is I would eat. And because it's like new food it's because I have to go so long without eating, it's like shocking the system. And I would actually eat and then get really sleepy. And then my drive would end because I'm already asleep after eating. And so getting on a consistent fuel system to where it's like I'm not just filling up the tank when I'm on E, but just having a consistent energy throughout the day is something that I continually feel like.
Honestly, we couldn't have planned this series of podcasts any better, because literally the episode right before this is dieting, and we talk about when to eat and the importance of eating, like either throughout the day or fasting or whatever your preference is, but to be intentional with it. Right. But we talked about eating like 6 small meals a day just to make sure your energy stays up. Yeah. That was literally the episode right before this one.
Okay. And it's funny because another thing we really stress in that episode is making it individual to you. Mm-hmm. So I felt like not even really trying to, you've kind of already eliminated fasting from your probably what's best for you, because you've experienced that, when you don't go long for eating and then you eat, you get tired, and that hinders your creativity and everything you want to do. So that's awesome that you've already been able to kind of know that about yourself and identify that early on. But yeah, now you can kind of try and say like, okay, now let's try the other way. Let's see if I eat small meals throughout the day, have that sustained fuel throughout the day, how does that make me feel?
I'm actually excited for this podcast because, that's probably when it comes to food, I'm very, I'm not creative when it comes to food. Being around y'all, appreciating all the meals that y'all cook. If y'all did, they're chefs. And I don't have too many talents, but I feel like none of my talents is just knowing people who are able to do things. Knowing y'all are chefs. That's just to name one of the few things that y'all do. But y'all are very creative.
We appreciate these affirmations, bro. Yes. Thank you. We accept all this positive energy.
Hey, go ahead, pat yourself on the back. It's the little things like that like helps me to motivate me to be like, I am on the right path. Right. But when it comes to food, I'm not creative when it comes to food. And so I can have like a whole fridge full of this stuff and still be like, I don't know what to eat. And so even just the idea of having too many options when it comes to eating too, hinders me and puts me in my blocks to be like, what should I eat to when I'm finally going to eat? I'm really exhausted just from the mental decision of when am I going to eat from waiting before the last time I ate. So I hear you when it comes to like the individualized meal plan, but at the same time, when it comes for me, it's like, there's so many like meal plans. Mm-hmm. What should I cook? And that's why I really struggle when it comes to like food, health, and keep it consistent with that.
So maybe for you, it is like you have a routine. Like you sound like, just from me observing kind of what you're saying, is you sound like you might benefit from like, okay, this is what we eat during this week is quesadilla week, or this week is ramen week, or whatever. And maybe you just have each week be something, and then you switch it up the next week and just keep that cycle for like a month. But it's so funny that we talk about it's very individualized, because I could not do that. I'm I need variety. I need options. If I look in the fridge, whatever you want to call it. If I look in the fridge and now there's one thing, I'll be like, I don't think I want that. Let me see what else. What else is there?
That food right there that's available?
No. And right there for me to eat, if I just pop it in the microwave, I don't feel like that.
Okay.
So everybody's different.
Yeah, that's fair. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So talking about options, if you want to see or consume some of The Vern's content, you can go on Instagram. He's there on The Vern. We're also on Instagram, True Health Forever. He's on YouTube, The Hustler Full Show. You can check him out. You can also check us out on YouTube, Th4 TV, just to give you some options on where you can consume our media. But now we're going to take another shift. Hey, all right. So in your background, I see some writing in the back. And I know if you're in the podcast, you can't see the video. But Vern, can you talk about what are the stuff that you write on your wall and like kind of like what the purpose is behind writing those things down?
Yeah, so let me first say this. If you have mirrors and you have a dry erase marker, you could write on those mirrors and erase it with no damage to the mirrors if you're doing it right.
Look at that. Another takeaway from the Vern, the Hustler Faux Show. Nuggets left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Vern. Talk us through this wall.
So now what I have on this wall, I have just ideas of like, how am I going to build for myself? With that going to like, what's something I should look up, but I don't want to write it down, so I'm gonna write on my mirror basically. What are like solid things that if I were to, in a way, lose more money, I'll be building than not so much just buying a consumable. Also on here, I just have some affirmation, and one of the biggest that I want to point out is things I need. I need 3 things in life, and that's freedom, water, and relaxation. So there's just things I need to just, in a way, be sane. But yeah, a lot of names and like goals, and it keeps me in the mindset of not be stagnant and like.
Love that. I love that. I'm a very visual person. If you ever, you've been to my office. Other people have seen some of it. Like, I'm a very visual person, especially with the goals. And I think there's power in not only saying and manifesting your goals, but also writing them down on paper, plan them out, and see them every single day, which is a perfect segue because I want to talk to you, Vern, about what success looks like for you 5 years from now. And you can pick a certain category, because I know you're kind of working on multiple things, or you can kind of walk us through just overall your life in 5 years. When you look at your YouTube channel, what does success look like? In 5 years, when you look at yourself as an engineer, what does success look like for you?
Yeah, I think when I think about success, my pathway to success is weird, but this idea of comfortability. The idea that I should be able to wear a Rare X hoodie and some sweats.
Hey, shout out to Rare X. They're not a sponsor, but we got a lot of love for them.
We got a lot of love for them. I should be able to wear one of these hoodies and be in a business meeting. To be able to control my life like that. I think about all that, the aspect of I want to end up being a teacher because I like routine. And hearing talk with y'all, I realize that even talk with food, I like routines in my life. And so I like working. I like working blocks of hours, but if I'm doing it, I want to do it as a teacher. But when it comes to what I'm working on right now, it's more about growing. How can I grow a YouTube channel? How can I release music? And if people want to hear it, how can I get that to their ears?
So when you say grow YouTube channel, in 5 years, how many subscribers do you want to have?
I'm on the pathway where I should have, if I do something in 5 years, I should have 1 million.
Ooh, come on, Vern. So y'all heard it right here on this podcast. This man, 5 years, wants 1 million subscribers. So if you want to be a part of helping him achieve his dream, head over to YouTube. Go ahead and search. Ones. Yeah, be one of the early. Be one of the real ones. Go ahead and search the Hustler Faux Show, the number 4 in there, and be one of those first of 1 million subscribers. All right, so 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Now looking at music. What does music look like successfully for you 5 years from now?
So music is one of those things where I can't see like how it affects others. But when I think about music, if I'm continually getting better and continuing to staying true to like talking about my life and not being and being artistic with it. I think everything I do with music should come from the heart, and whatever I give out, people take.
It's the heart, huh? I see you with the plug. I see you with the plug, bro. You ain't slick. You ain't slick.
No, so the last mixtape that came out with Th4 was The Heart. And that was something that kind of like put me on the right pathway. That was like, anything I give out should come from the heart, because I know if it comes from the heart, it's going to be flames. And so that's like my mindset from music. So no matter how much that grows, it's like, at least I know it's quality that I'm giving out. So I think when it comes to music, it's not so much like numbers of vision, but at the end of the day, I just want to give out quality. Whatever I give out, it's going to accrue what was given. When I think about YouTube, I'm thinking about those numbers. When I think about music, I think about just giving out quality. When I think about, let's say, like engineering for me in a way is just putting in time to get licenses.
Got you. Which means what? Can you explain that for people? Maybe there's college students out there who are getting their engineering degree and they've never even heard of the next step, which is licensing. So can you talk about what that is and why someone would want it?
Yo, that's facts. And even like when I was in college, I didn't really think about it until like later. So why someone would want to have like the professional engineering license? It's something to where it gives you as an engineering credibility that whatever is on this drawing is or like drawing sense is good, basically.
Okay.
It's basically saying as an engineer, yeah, I'm a good engineer and I'm well knowledge and versed in the subject. I'm putting a stamp on a piece of document saying that this is all right. Whoever takes this document, it as an engineer is okay. Gotcha. If you put it together according to these drawings, it's okay. And something I'm learning more about, like the consulting industry, like as an individual with a professional engineering license, you're favored in a way because your word means something. Didn't really know about that going into college, but learning more about it now. Something about the test, you have to take an initial test to even be considered. Like you take an initial test, the Th4 exam, fundamentals of engineering, become an engineering and training, and then over years with recommendation after passing another test, you get another professional engineering license. So right now, I'm stuck in the grind.
Got you. Always stuck in the grind. Don't let it stop because it's a marathon. Okay. So I want to take a shift. We have like maybe 10 more minutes left in this podcast. Thank you all for listening. Stick with us. The Hustler for Show is dropping nuggets left and right. So make sure you hang with us. This next part, I want to go through a visualization exercise with you, Vern. It's going to be a nice short exercise. I will have you close your eyes, but I want to kind of walk you through what success can be like in the next 5, 10, 20, 15, 30, all those years, okay? So if you don't mind, if you can please go ahead and if you trust me, you're in a safe space, hopefully, go ahead and close your eyes for a second. Then I want you to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in now. In. And blow it out, slow out. One more deep breath in, making a deep one. And then out slow again. So I want you to visualize where your YouTube channel is currently. Your vlogs, picture the growth that you've already seen the last year and a half since doing your vlogs, picture the places you've traveled, the people you've met. And then now I want you to hone in on the energy that you can put into your YouTube channel every single day. Hone in on that energy of 100 subscribers, 150 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. It's been 3 years now. You have 10,000 subscribers. It's been 4 years. You have 230,000. And now, after 5 years, you see the milli mark on your YouTube account. You finally did it. Okay? Just feel that for a second. That success and finally achieving 1 million subscribers. You're traveling and you're in boardroom meetings with your rare hoodie on, with your The Hustler for Show hoodie on, with your dream catching grounds coffee in your cup. You've made it, okay? Now, with that same energy, with the same consistency, with the quality and true value in your music, picture where you are 10, 15 years from now. What city you're living in, picture the house that you live in, who are the family and friends that are around you, Are you comfortable? And are you secure? Okay, now I want you to come back, open your eyes, come back to reality. I know that dream was beautiful, but come on back. So can you talk a little bit about what you were envisioning when your eyes were closed and what that success looked like, or even what it felt like to finally accomplish and get 1 million subscribers and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I got you. So I like to think very fourth dimensionally.
Fourth dimensionally. Well, break that down first. And then, hold on now.
So the three dimensions we usually think about time as live with height, but then you have to add the idea of time in it too. So that's how you get the fourth dimension. Because you think about it, you think about your past, you think about your present, you also got to think about your future. And so thinking about my future and kind of like seeing where I'll be at, I like to look back at like with my humbleness in a way, because reaching all the success is actually a new lifestyle. It will actually introduce you to a new lifestyle. But at the end of the day, to be like, you know what, you're in front of me right now, and you said hola. Why would I not say hi back to you? You know what I'm saying? Still be able to appreciate the things that I have around me. I think it's the hum. I think with no matter how much success I get, there's still a humbleness factor there. So it's chilling, but it's like I appreciate the fact that I can still be who I am today, but yet want things around me too.
Right. I feel like it was interesting. I've heard from other friends, not me. I don't know too many famous people myself, but I got friends kind of like Vern who know famous people, and they say famous people just want to be normal.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's interesting that as like the outside looking in, we see them as people who are unnormal, who aren't humble, who are stuck up. Some of them may be that way, but I think there's a lot of celebrities who just want regular friends. They want to be able to go to the mall. They want to be able to make YouTube videos and not have people trample them in the airport, but they can't. So I think it's, you know, like you said, it's important to think about the humility and the humbleness and just the blessing of not having to deal with all of that all the time as well.
Like we always want what we don't have. So if for right now you have all these dreams and goals, you want to be successful, you want to be well known, you want to be all the wealthy, all this stuff. But then a lot of times I feel like once you get there, then it's like, oh man, I kind of wish being normal. I kind of miss being, being able to go to shop at the grocery store or whatever. Just a normal thing. So I feel like it's always interesting that we always want what we don't have, even if we already had it.
Right. So Vern, what is it that you think this year in 2020, what is it that you need to zoom in on and focus on in order to achieve your long-term goals? And I want this to be one tangible thing that you can work on throughout this entire year.
Right. Something that I've been starting now, and it's something that I want to appreciate y'all for, but just reaching out to different creators out there and in a way leaving my shell as an individual to share my art with other people out there. I think about the YouTube channel. I think about just me being an engineer. I'm a very, in a way, artistic person, but like to break things down with numbers. And so with that, to be able to be like, let me just articulate that to someone else. Let's meet up. Let's work on something. Let's get something done. Just with other people now, I think that's going to be my pathway, not only just now, but towards 2020, just that idea of I'm trying to grow. Let me water a seed.
Beautiful. There you go. So if you have seeds out there, I'm not going to say it like that, but if you're a creator out there and you want to connect, that was going in the wrong pathway. That was going in a very wrong pathway. But if you are a creative person and you want to connect, you can reach out to The Vern, or The Vern can reach out to you. Vern, where can they find you on social media, YouTube, all that stuff? This is your last chance. Again, self-promotion. Hit it.
Again, on Instagram, you can find me at Th4. That's THEE_V as in Victor, ER, N as in Nelson. Th4 on Instagram, and as well find me on YouTube, The Hustler Full Show.
Boom. There it is. Thank you so much, Ryan, for tuning in to the True Health Forever podcast as a Dreamcatchers takeover. Mm-hmm. You know, next season, Dreamcatchers, hopefully we can do a full documentary with you, whether you're in the Bay Area or elsewhere. All right. And of course, to the audience out there, thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Th4 podcast with Devon Travell and the beautiful Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. Next episode, we will be talking about, we don't know yet.
It's like, what are you going to say?
But we're going to figure it out. Next episode, it's going to be a surprise for you, and it's going to be a surprise for us. What was that, Vern?
I was going to say, I'm excited. I can't wait for the next episode.
Thank you. Hopefully everyone else in the world is just excited as you are. Thank you again for tuning in. And as usual, make sure you stay true.